There is a lot of fish in that boat slip right there. In that shade, a lot of fish. Doug! Doug! Swim for it, I'm here to save you. Come on. All right, that get a little better right there, y'all. So what is happening, people? Hey guys, we are back at the lake today. It has been about 2.5 weeks since I've been here. I'm at Hyco Lake today. But anyway, main thing we're gonna do today, we're gonna try to figure out where these crappie. I suspect that a lot of spawning has been going on. I'm gonna target bigger fish. I'm gonna actually start on a steeper bank and see if we can find some fish suspended off the bank. We're gonna check docks, we're gonna check brush, and we're gonna check shallow in some coves to see where these fish are. Hey guys, stay with me and I hope you enjoy the video. All right, first fish of the day. Not a big one, not the one we're looking for. These fish are around a stump in about 11 feet of water. I need to go back and get my pliers. About 11 feet of water. That is about a 9 1/4 inch crappie there, which is a keeper on this lake. And I see some more fish down there. You know, a lot of people ask me a lot of times about live scope and how far I look. I like that. My rule of thumb is about 40 feet when I'm looking out, and I usually set my you know, the contour for the bottom about 2 to 5 feet below that. So right now I'm looking at about 40 feet. That allows me just to scan and see stumps or see fish or something that I want to target. You know, that's just kind of what I do. Now, if I get up on brush really close, say I'm gonna spot lock up there where I can cast, I may zoom it in to about 30 feet, 25 at the most. Me personally, when I zoom it in really close, everything kind of gets fuzzy, like snowballing, and so I don't particularly care for that. So that's just kind of what I do as a rule of thumb. Sorry for the noise. They're driving pylons across the lake over there. Yeah, it's time to move. It ain't nothing but little fish here. So let's move, see if we can find some big fish. This fish is a little bit better. He's suspended. This fish was just suspended about 8 foot deep, right off the side. So a lot of times this year on post-spawn crappie, it's a good time to start trolling. And I think I'm gonna change some colors. I'm using that blue LC shad, and the fish are reacting. They're coming to it, but they're not eating it. So I may switch up some colors and see if I can find one that crappie really react to. This time of year, it's important to remember there is a lot of insects. Mayflies are you know, molting and coming off the water. Other aquatic bugs in May are being born and eggs is being laid. So it's important that there may be a certain color that matches a particular hatch that's hatching that crappie really key in on. So that's something to remember. So let's go catch another fish, y'all. All right, so I tell you what I'm catching. Catching these suspended fish right off a deep bank line. That's, you know, that's probably a 10-inch crappie right there. 9 7/8. That's what he is. Now I changed colors. That banana pepper. Never underestimate the banana pepper. The banana pepper with the chartreuse tail. Fish reacted much different than he did with the blue. So I'm gonna keep fishing it as long as fish are reacting. Hey, let's go catch another fish. There is a lot of fish in that boat slip right there. In that shade, a lot of fish. Well, still catching them on the small side around this dock. But that tells me I've got fish moved in on docks, so that's good information to know. A lot of little fish, and I expect some of these fish are spawning around this dock. And I see, you know, fish are not really reacting and eating. They're hitting at the lure, but it's the projected outlook for the day is a poor day for actually fishing. That's a little better. So you've noticed I've shifted my boat. The wind's blowing this way. So I'm put it on spot lock up here. You can always come to the back of the boat. You just got to get the position just right. So the front of it's on spot lock. It's holding me just off the dock, giving me a good spot to a good presentation spot, if you will. Look, they beating this lure. They beating this lure to death. I mean, they smacking that thing 2 or 3 times. That indicates to me that's buckfish. They just in there swatting at the lure. They're not necessarily wanting to eat the lure. So we're gonna ease on and find us another spot, see if we can locate some crappie. So they're definitely on the docks for sure. And we're gonna go up here and check some shallow water trees and see if we can find some sows or some bigger crappie on those. So stay with me, y'all. Biggest fish I caught all day right there. Good gracious. All right, that get a little better right there, y'all. Come up here under the bridge in the shade. I told you them crappie love that shade this time of year. Yes, sir. We'll take him. Yes, sir, we'll take him. All right, I done switched over to white. That's another crappie about 10 inches. Boom. And I switched over, that's the ice color, that ALC shad. Just trying stuff that's different. Trying to figure out what these crappie actually want. I could be fair. Stop. Another decent fish. I could be fairly accurate with this long rod pitching it out. You know, boom, 10.5 inches. We'll take him on this post spawn right here. Well, he reacted good. He reacted pretty good to this white too. Another crappie about 10 inches. Now look, I tell you what I'm doing. This pattern has probably been the best. So what I have done, this out behind me, it's a big flat. All of it's about 6 to 8 feet of water out here. There's trees all along the bank for crappie to spawn. And I'm finding them out on these flats, just scattered. Boom, scattered everywhere. That's where I'm finding them at. But it seems to be that's where my pattern is actually better at. So as I'm moving along, if I spot a round circle, looks like old gravestone sticking up off the bottom, I'm gonna pitch to that too, because look how bright the sun is. Those fish are pushed right to the bottom. This video, all in all, it's been a pretty good day. The crappie bite has been off, all in all. Anyway, the best pattern I found was scattered fish out on the flat. That was the best pattern I found. And fish was on the smaller size. I caught nothing over 10.5, maybe 11 inches, maybe one or two of them 11 inches. Anyway, you remember God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hey, it's free, subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Click the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And as always, you remember, it's a wild life. I'll see you on the water.